Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we have our very first Titan on the channel. Age of the Primes, Star Optimus Prime, is here to represent the 13th of the 13 original Primes. Yeah, this box is large. Not as large as other Titans though, because he is a fair bit smaller than other Titans, but he's also a fair bit cheaper, being $150 instead of $200. So you can kind of see all the things on the back here, all the things. Some very nice. Yes, it's a very nice box. Anyways, let's get him out of the box real quick. And here he is. Oh my, that's mighty tall for a camera. But you have all this stuff. If I can just kind of show him. Now these bits right here, they are separate in the box. They're in a little bag with some other stuff. You do have to stick them on, attach them. They're kind of hard to attach. So I'll say that, but those two do come separate. And we'll look at him in a minute, but we kind of need to know what to do with these. So this, this little truck right here is made for storing Rodimus, or Hot Rod, I mean. So, you can do that. I will go ahead and show off Hot Rod real quick. So, here he is in vehicle mode. He's very nice. Very nice. Of course, we can transform him. Very simple. The little Micromaster Hot Rod. And there you go. Here he is. Now, if I can bring the camera down. We have his arms are on a ball joint. Everything is just on a ball joint, so his head doesn't move. His legs can go, all the way back like that, obviously. They're also on a ball joint, so, he can do, like, full splits. Back, forward, right, all the things. That's about it. And then, of course, if I were to transform him back, we can then stick him back in that the other thing right there. We do have a plethora of blast effect pieces, so these, the old ones, they come apart. They're 3 segments. Kind of like the ones that come with the Power Links Hotshot. Whoa, the Legacy Power Links Hotshot. We have this giant stack, which is, it's a whole bunch of parts, right? It's however many parts that is. But yeah, we have that giant stack of blast effects. We have a couple more of this one, right? We've got this. We've got the gun, which also has this. We have this little bullet looking thing, and it's not, they don't tell you in the instructions what to do with this. It's never mentioned, but actually it's supposed to go right in there. I had to read the wiki. It goes in there. Yeah, we've got a couple of turrets and this thing and the artifact here, just a little orb, right? Oh, and we also have this this thing. So, anyways, and these. So, what we do here is we take him and we can turn him around. These attach to the back of his legs. Just like so. We could take this, you could use it to make like a sword, flaming sword if you wanted. You could use it to hold the artifact up a little higher when you stick it in his chest, because oh my goodness, why are you so tall? Okay. Because it opens up, and so you could stick it in here to lift the artifact up a little higher when it's in his chest. But Yeah, because the artifact goes in right there. Right in there, you can just barely see it. Which is why you might want to use that to lift it up a little higher. You know, center it better. But in addition to doing that, you can also trying to reach around. There we go. You can open up his legs and stick it right. Oh my, turn the camera down. Okay. And stick it in here. And then pretty much just throw everything else in there. This doesn't really have a spot it goes. In bot mode, you can just kind of throw it in there. You know, pretty much just toss everything inside here. Because what else do you do with it, honestly? So just kind of stuff everything in there, in that leg. And then, now this does work on either leg. You can use either leg. And this goes into there. It snaps down. Now, if I snap this down, you would hear a snap. I'm not going to snap it down because it's incredibly hard to get out. Incredibly hard to get out. But that does go in there. It snaps down and everything. I did mess with this guy a little bit before recording, actually, because I always do that. There we go. And of course, we can, so the gun, he holds it right here, and then this also pegs in right there. So you can have him hold his gun. You can stick this on the end of the gun, right? You could also use that as like the blade of a sword if you wanted to use that instead of the blast effect pieces. So yeah, as for articulation for this guy, oh my. Actually, before I do that, I gotta do something with these turrets. So these go right up here on his shoulders. Right there, right there. Those can go up and down and spin all around. Right, so he's got his head here, which can do a full 360. He can look down, which is kind of weird if you look at it from the wrong angles, but yeah, that's it. The arms are, everything's on a ratchet joint, so full 360 there. 90-degree elbow bend. Other way as well for transformation, but you know, it's there if you want it. Bicep swivel right here, it can do a full 360. Yeah, we have fingers also apparently with this guy, so that's kind of cool. We have 360 wrist swivel. There's that. Oh, we also have, it can go up quite high if you want to, just simply because of the transformation scheme. If you keep that attached like you're supposed to, it goes up about that high, right? Not quite T-pose material, but you can make it, you can get it up higher, right? The waist does a full 360. I feel like a chiropractor. I'm gonna need a chiropractor after this. Oh my goodness. The legs can do, if I get his arms out of the way, he can do full splits. All the way up to there. So a little bit farther, you do have to kind of find a way to get his arms out of the way. That's probably the worst way to do that, but there's that. This can move up a little bit. If you open it up because of the transformation scheme, you can open that up to get up just a little bit further. So you can bring that up. It's not quite 90. But, you know, there's that. Bring it down just a little bit, you can, he has bended the knees, which is, oh, this is incredibly hard to do on camera, but can go all the way that much. I hope that's on camera. Can go that much. I think it's fine if this is attached. I don't know why I took it off. Yeah. Okay. But there's that, of course, and he does have ankle tilt. So that's great. That's really great. Anyways, now that that is over, oh, my back. Okay, I'm old. How do we transform this guy? Oh my. Well, the first thing you do, because it's the first thing that's on camera, is you bring his legs together, and they snap together in a few places. They snap together up there. The pieces in the back snap together. There we go. Everything kind of snaps together like that. And then just kind of lay him down there. Now you wanna just, well, you'll open this up, bring these out, flip out this piece in here, and shove his head down in there. There you go. Now we can open that up, actually, and yeah, bend his knees and then bend them back, which, you know, ow, why would I remember to do that? Just kind of hope everything stays together. Then you can rotate him and go to the other side, take the mic with you, and make sure it stays open. What we want to do is we want to close that up. What am I thinking? We want to rotate, bring it all out. You got to flip this down, bring his arms up. So we'll do this side first, and then we'll do the side that actually is shown. And so you gotta bring his arms up, bring that back, flip that down, and then it untabs from the body, comes in, and it all kind of snaps together, and then this will tab in kind of onto the arms. And then we can open up. Actually, we need to bring these down a little bit so we can open up these. And this part is a little tricky, where you got to just kind of rotate it around. There we go. Make sure his hands are closed. Rotate it around on that little bit right there, that weird little bit. And then make sure things are closed up. I said make sure things are closed up. And then we can tab everything back in. And then open up this. Open up, flip that back, flip that down. And it kind of, I know it connects. Okay, so it kind of tabs in right there. And then and then make sure you got the other side because you're not looking at it. And then finally, you just take these chunks on the legs, bring them out, and they tab in somehow. Of course, it doesn't want to do it when it's on camera, because why would it? Okay, so I finally got him into vehicle mode. He's very cool. You know, got the treads back here, like 8 wheels in the truck. Yeah, you can. Oh, also flip his feet down. There we go. You know, we can pick it up, rotate him around, kind of. You want to see that, I guess. If I open up this thing, if I open this up back here, I will say that, you know, you can have blast effect pieces on any of the spots on these turrets, any of the 4 ends of those. So that's a thing that's possible. I'm gonna stuff that back in there. And yeah, now you can take, actually I do need to open that up. I need to really just open that entire leg up, but I'd have to untab it. And so I'm gonna try to get it out without doing that, which may or may not be impossible. There we go. So if I take this, you're gonna fold it in half like that. You can stick it right on there. You can attach blast effect pieces to this as well. You can stick them on there, right? So that's cool. But yeah, so you stick that turret there, and then there's a spot specifically for the gun right up here, you know, so you can just have a giant gun on him. That's cool. Anyways, there's that. There's the vehicle mode. Okay, so now, of course, as a Titan, of course, he has a base mode as well, and it's so much easier to get him into that from the bot mode. It's fine. It's fine. We can do this. But basically, pretty much just want to put him back in bot mode. But just open these up, and then you wanna take this, rotate, bring all this back up where it was, and then just kind of get that out from underneath there, and then make him sit up. Also, open these, so you need to bring those in, and also take these treads off, take these off, and open the legs, and then tab them back together, which is only just like one tab right here, which makes things kind of interesting. Just gonna take everything out of there right now. Gotta flip him around, actually. So then from there, he does just kind of just sit straight up, and then once he is sitting up, you can bring these, make sure these are up. Well, yes, and then they do kind of tab in right there, and then you gotta bring that down like so, flip these, make sure these are open. Take this guy out of the leg, because you totally have him in the leg, but also that's a pain in the butt, which is why I didn't stick him in there in the first place, because it's a pain in the butt to get him out. I'm gonna real quick tab in that other side back there, and then make sure there aren't things in your way. Then from there, flip this piece down. Just completely undo everything you did with the body right here. Completely undo all of it. Flip that back around. Bring these in for now, and that's when you bring the head down. I'm assuming you can see that. So that's what that's for. Just bring that down. Tab those in, flip those, bring these, flip the hands back out. And then fold that one. Of course, bring that down. And I bring this one in so I can open this up, and then do the same thing over here and flip it around. There we go. And then that has to come out a little bit to be able to sit there, and you can open that up. And the reason you have that open, you can have it closed. The reason you have that open is because, well, I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to take that chunk off, stick it on up there, and then you flip out these guns in here, which I have stuck on upside down because I ripped them out once, of course. Because they really like to come out. I'll say that. These guns really like to come out. Anyways, you flip out those guns there, and then you can kind of attach that just right onto there. I'm pretty sure it can go on either side, but that attaches onto there. Then we'll bring out Optimus, and basically, if I transform him, he can just kind of if I transform him and bring his legs up, he can sit inside there. If that's open, so you can sit him inside there. We'll go ahead, bring the gun back, because why wouldn't we? You know, so we can just have that gun, and then the treads do a whole thing here, where you gotta so you flip these out. So these ramps are airlock system compatible. So, you know, they can connect to, you know, all the guys from, like, pretty much every other Titan, from Siege onward. So then you open those up, and then you want to separate this, open it, separate that, open it, there we go. And then all of this does kind of connect in a way over here on this piece down here. It tabs into here. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's all you're getting, because oh my goodness, I'm having a hard enough time as is. There we go. Nope. Of course, it's better if it's on a flat surface, which this is not a very flat surface at all. There is very much a bump there, but you know, it's better on a flat surface. If it was perfectly flat, it sits really nicely, but it's not attached very well by like anything. And then this fold it up like this, and before I stick it on there, you can actually take Optimus, or I keep wanting to call him Optimus. This is Hot Rod. This is Hot Rod. I mean, it's the same guy, but you know, it's different. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But you want to tab him, you just want to kind of like squish his legs into those spots right there. But then also make sure these are inside his feet, like right there. And it's incredibly hard to do. Just, if you can get one in. If you can get one in. Which, hold on a minute. There we go. And then he's on there, he's attached. And then you can stick this onto these right here. Which, that just came untabbed, but that's because this is not on a flat surface. If it was on, I've done it on a flat surface, and on a flat surface, it's really great. But it has to be on a flat surface. Also, bring these black ramps down back there. But yeah, and then if I can, from here I can grab this and I can spin him around. Spin him around, right round, like a record, baby. And then, yeah. So, what have we got? We've got blast effects galore, so, you know, we can stick some here. Really, these are the only ones that you can really stick there. If you try to stick, like, any sort of a stack like this, like, if you tried to stick all of these on there, they would fall off. But you can stick them on here, and you can stick them on here, and I think there's some way to hook Rodimus, or doggone it, I think there's some way to hook Hot Rod into these as well. I do not know what that way is, and I'm not even going to try. But I think I heard there was a way. Anyways, you can do that. And this, you know, you can take off this one and stick it on there. Things will also fall off of there if you stick a huge stack. And then what to do with all these, I don't know. Stick them somewhere. You can do whatever with these. You can give him, you could like bring the arm out, but that kind of hinders the rotation here if you bring this arm out. You know, but you can bring it out, give him a sword. I'm just gonna stick it right on there. And yeah, so this is the base mode, and so we've got places over here and over here for him to connect with the airlock system, you know, and do all those things and connect to all the other Titans and all the things and such. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the base mode. This is the base mode. You have lots of guns and things. Lots of guns and things. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, you have the artifact in there. That could be removed. Right? This might be the mode where you take this little silver matrix looking piece thing and take it. What's interesting is this is two pieces and this can rotate. So that's kind of weird that can do that. But anyways, do it like that and you could like stick it in there, center it better. But if you do that, you cannot sit Rodimus inside there. That's the thing, is if you do it like that, you can't put Rodimus in there. Hot Rod in there. Hot Rod. Hot Rod. Hot Rod. He doesn't have the matrix yet. It's Hot Rod. It's Hot Rod. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? Okay. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you like blast effects, buy this guy. So yeah, that's Star Optimus Prime, and yeah, I don't really know what else to do here. That's all three of his modes, and it's honestly it's really cool. It's really cool. It is a lot smaller than other Titans. Oh my, it is a lot smaller than other Titans. But it's got a few more things going on here. But also it's a lot cheaper. You know, it's 150 instead of 200, right? So it's really good. I really like this guy. I definitely recommend him. So yeah, and it's a good representation of the 13th Prime, which is oftentimes Optimus. Um, so yeah, there you go. That's all for today. Really hope you guys enjoy. If so, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.